UAV online. Sleight of hand.
Greetings everyone, my name is KidLot404 and welcome back to my gaming channel all about the Nintendo Wii U and Call of Duty Black Ops 2. In this video I'm doing some more Black Ops 2 training. I'm getting really geared up for that game when it releases in November time along with the Wii U, and I've been doing really good ever since I started training Call of Duty Black Ops 2. This is actually one of my fastest MOABs that I'm ever going to post on this channel using the MP7. And I just want to discuss with you guys the number one thing that I think is very important for players to excel in Call of Duty, and it is as simple as using your mind, okay? Using your mind to fix all the problems that you face in multiplayer. I know that sounds very vague and maybe a little corny, but seriously, if you have a problem and you just think it through, it'll just go away, just as simple as that. It's just problem-solving skills, guys. And so let me get into this. I know it sounds very confusing. I'll just get into an example right here. Are you the kind of player that just usually signs on onto Call of Duty? He hops onto the multiplayer portion of the game, and do you just kind of play haphazardly, not knowing what's really going on, not really expecting anything, not really kind of anticipating what's going to be happening in the game? Do you go around corners, and as soon as you see somebody, you get really surprised and you jump out of your socks pretty much and start spraying the person down, only to miss pretty much 90% of your shots, and then you get killed pretty much, and you get mad at that, you know? Things like that, playing haphazardly, not really expecting what's going on in the game, things like that. Are you that kind of person? I'm just asking this question because that's what I mean by using your mind, okay? When you use your mind, you kind of understand how the game flows and how the game operates. For example, using your radar is one of the best things that you can do in the game. When you're using your radar, you can see, not necessarily when you even have a UAV, you don't even have to have a UAV, you just look at the radar and you see where your teammates are. And when you see your teammates are, you can kind of expect to know where the opponents are going to be. It's kind of a two-front war all the time. You spawn with your teammates, you run all the way across the map, and you'll find the opponent. That's where their base is. And that's the same thing with the opponents. They're going to do the exact same thing. They're going to be in their base, and they're going to run from their base over to the enemy. So it is kind of naive if you're running across the map to kind of be afraid and to not expect somebody coming around the corner, because pretty much that's what's always going to happen in Call of Duty. And if you're going to get mad at that kind of thing, then that's kind of on you. You kind of have to fix yourself. So that's just what I mean by using your mind. You just have to be more aware of your surroundings and your situation. And I always preach crosshair placement, so you always are aware, if somebody's coming around the corner, they always kind of run into your crosshair, so you don't have to do that much work. They're pretty much kind of killing themselves by running into your crosshair if you have good crosshair placement. And crosshair placement just really means, preparing your crosshair to kind of expect where they're going to be running to. Obviously, there are trails in this map, people usually take the same trail, so it's not that hard to kind of anticipate where people are going to be moving and where they're going to be running to. Just think about how beneficial this is for your aiming. When you aim, when you do your crosshair placement and you get really close to the opponent and then you ADS, think of that small distance, that small correction factor that you have to make, as opposed to the large correction factor if you get surprised and you have to move your crosshair all the way across the screen and ADS just to get killed because, you kind of messed up your aiming at that point. You weren't really smooth and smart with your aiming. So just little things like that, guys. Using your mind, being aware is really important if you want to excel in Call of Duty. Another example is just flanking, guys. There's always a problem where people are camping on one side. You get into the stalemate situation. For example, in Dome, the stalemate situation is always in the middle. Same thing with like a map like Arcaden. The stalemate situation is when you go up the stairs into the mall and people are hiding in that little bush and they're just camping and waiting for you to come across. Some people just spawn and go to the same place over and over into that stalemate area and die every time, over and over and over again, when the smartest thing to do is just to flank around. That's what I've been doing in this whole video, if you didn't already. I've been just flanking around and killing them in their backs. They don't even know where I am. So simple things like that, guys. Don't always just kind of have that grunt mentality, that like lemmings mentality. Don't have that dumb mind, okay? Have a smarter mind, understand the situation, and use your mind to apply, to the problems so you can actually fix the problems and get better at the game. That's just my advice. Expect some more videos on this topic later on in the future. My name is KidLot404, and thank you guys for watching.